Hi everybody, it's Kathy from Huckleberry Herbs and Art, and I am back for part 3 of my production line, Heartfelt Creations Christmas cards. So I have been very busy. It's a busy time of the year for everybody, and musicians and choir directors and music teachers, and report cards. Over 300 kids I'm doing report cards for, but even though I missed getting to this weekend, we did have Veterans Day off today, so I managed to get to the next phase, and in the meantime I'm still fussy cutting some of my colored out, stamped out items from this paper collection. So I'll be back with the stamped and cut out pieces, but I think I left you off here. I have cut and embossed, and oh my gosh. Alright, so you've seen these, and I did some wreaths, and I added a few more, and like I said, I'm fussy cutting still. The candles that I made with the sparkling poinsettia and some of the nativity scenes, and those will be on separate cards from the card papers. Yeah, this is just about every piece of paper from the poinsettia collection, the sparkling poinsettia collection from Heartfelt, which I cut out first, and now I have moved on to, I did go to Michael's and get the Recollections cardstock that comes with the envelopes, because I like to cut my own paper and sometimes make my own envelopes, but not right now. This is too much. So with this size, the smallest size cards, I have cut some red and green, kept it simple because they're going to just barely fit on there, and then on the cardstock, and I have all the cards folded and the envelopes and everything ready to go over there. And then the larger ones, I have the envelopes and all the card stock folded, and I have matched these up with some of the prayers I'll put inside for that size. And I have folded the card stock for this medium size. Forgive me, I don't know exactly what size all these are. There's all different sized cards in the collection, so I did the best I could to buy a little of each from Michael's as far as plain cardstock that I could fold up and have the envelopes ready to go. And I chose to stretch this paper out as far as possible, so the ones that you could make tags or you could put inside the larger ones, instead I decided to make separate cards with them. So I have embossed, and I decided this production line thing, you can't be too crazy with all your different styles, so I chose holly leaves to emboss some cardstock in tones that I thought would go well, match well. And so I have a whole bunch of holly leaves embossed and ready to go, and I have even gotten the 6x6 papers, took 12 by 12, folded it in half. Some of these I will save for some of the more special, more embellished ones. I have ordered some more of the 6x6 plastic boxes that you can put your cards with a lot of dimension in, so I think I'll save the a lot of dimension for these ones and put some of those in the boxes. I was even thinking of putting double sticky back tape that's not peeled on the back, and maybe selling and using them for gift toppers. That way people could just peel off the tape, put the card on top inside the plastic box. You don't need a bow because the card's gorgeous. So anyway, that's how far I've gotten, but I do need some of these right away so that I can get them out to some people who are waiting for some items from me. So I thought I would share with you some very basic, you put together 2 of the cards, and hopefully this won't be horrifying because I fight with the adhesive items. I've decided for the inside for right now, and I've already taken my Heartfelt Creations created just for you by and signed the card. And I'm going to take my Memento, sorry about that, tuxedo, and I'm using the Tidings of Comfort and Joy stamp that comes with the candle. So Tidings of Comfort and Joy I'm going to place on the inside, and hopefully I'm going to place it in the center of the card. And these are the Clarity stamp holders. Okay, I can't think of the word right now, especially while I'm trying to do this. Yeah, so I thought I would share a little of, now that I have some of the items ready to go, a little of the production line. Yay! It came out kind of straight. That's good because there's people watching. Okay. So, I have my Tidings of Comfort and Joy, and now I feel safe in closing this up first and removing it. Putting on the front paper. Okay, I fight with this thing. I don't like to use it, so don't laugh at me if it gets all wonky. I prefer to use my glitter glue all the time, especially when I'm putting down matting papers, because once this thing touches, it's not a pretty scene trying to adjust. So I'm doing this because I want to make sure that I can do this as a production line and not use up gallons of my glitter glue, and just save that for the embellishment. So let me see if I can somewhat get this to look like it's going to be in the center. Yeah, this part really stresses me out. See, I touched and I'm not happy. Oh! Trying to stay out of the camera too, which, as everybody says, is really hard when you're doing this. Oh! Alright, so even though there's a little white edge, I shall not freak out, because when I'm doing the final things, I always leave this little guy here just to make my picky perfectionist personality happy. And if you're using one of these blades that slides, and you're going to do something like this where you're going through a couple of, and of course I don't have to do this, but I don't like the little teeny bit of white, and there's no perfect cutting, and you do want to make sure you have enough in the crevice so that the blade doesn't slip off. But start inside and push down, and then just be brave, cut through, and hopefully, is this thing, I won't pick it up, yes. Ta-da! Okay, much better. I'm happy with that. You could always put a little bit of green ink if you're really fussy about the top. Okay, so now I'm going to do this one with just simple. Now that I've done this, I'm going to put the flower on first, and I can see I need to just punch out a couple more, because remember I did it as a production line, so you have to fine-tune a few things. Okay. I'm going to put the stamp on last, because I really don't want to find out that once I have stamped, I didn't leave enough room for the flower. I'm going to leave enough room for the stamp. So I'm going to take two so that there's a little bit of layering, even though I'm keeping this one simple. And again, I have a few pieces to punch out from the production line of embossing. And I'm going to put this on the back with a little bit of glue here. Maybe even leave it so I can slightly curl it up and off-center it. Yeah, just a little bit. Just lift a little tiny bit, just so there's a little bit of movement over there. Sorry about that. And then I'm just going to take this very simple Merry Christmas stamp, and I'm going to purposely go a little bit sideways. And you don't want to press on the top part of these. They're to help you hold. Yay! Alright. Not too shabby, although I like shabby. Okay, so there's one all ready to go. Put that to the side before I put ink on it or something. And then I have one of the smaller sized cards that I'm going to do. So this is a little bit smaller. Again, I've got my stamp and signed it. I'm going to put my tidings of comfort and joy inside. And yes, I will probably, as far as production lines go, I'll probably go through all these and just stamp all at once before I embellish. But like I said, I want to put these two cards in the mail ASAP. That's going wiggly everywhere, so holding my breath. Tidings of comfort and joy. There you are. Alright. I know it's momentum, but just a second of air before I press down on it. And then what I've decided to do with this one is keep it a little interesting in that I'm going to place it. Let me just remind myself. Nope, I was going to go this way. Okay, so let me put that down. And yeah, alright, I'll stick to it. I'll do it. Here it comes. Here comes the big pink monster. Sometimes I worry when it's embossed too that the papers aren't quite sticking, especially on the edges. Alright, now which way did I say I was going? I think I'm going this way. So I just want to see a white corner that's even on all four sides a little bit anyway. When you're off-centering like this, it's okay that it's not completely perfect, so I like that. Alright, and then I'm going to take this lovely little card. Hopefully I'm somewhat in the screen. Alright, and place it so there's a little red showing on all sides. Done. Back to my glitter glue. This is from the Ariana Blooms. Very delicate, lacy background die cut. And I just love them. So I'm going to dab a little of my glitter glue in some strategic places. Okay, that's pretty good. You don't have to have, this stuff is like cement once it gets done drying. And I want to place that so that it is coming over here but not interrupting the words. And I have chosen one of those not fully metallic but covered the ink a dull metallic. I really liked those. And black embossed poinsettias from the collection. Hold on, production line issues. I think that's it. A little bit of glue on this. Yeah, so this glitter glue works really well. I don't think that I'm going to have any problem with. And off-centering things that weren't meant to be together. Let me just see how that looks. That's nice. Oh, there is a sticking issue. There is a sticking issue. There we go. Yeah, because of the little bit of metal in the paper. A little extra pressing wouldn't hurt. And then I have decided to use, excuse the ink I now have, it didn't take long. I also used that paper to cut out a bunch of bows on the die cut. And I'm going to just, I figured that that would be easier in an assembly line process than trying to use ribbon, lace, and all that stuff. So there you go. There's the first result. Isn't that nice? So I have two completely different cards. Yes, the colors and tones and stuff are some of the shapes, but really there's just so many options that I'm really pleased with this pad, and I'm pleased with the production line so far. And now I have to get very busy making all those cards and see how many I come up with in the end. Okay, I hope you're enjoying the journey. I hope I make it before Christmas in getting the cards all completed. Meantime, maybe you'll see these on YouTube somewhere else because they're going out to somebody right away. Alright everybody, till next time, this is Kathy from Huckleberry Herbs and Art. Don't forget, I don't think I have many of these left in the shop, but Zibbit, www.zibbit.com. Huckleberry Herbs is the name, and you can find Heartfelt Creations at some pretty good prices and free shipping after $75. And thank you to all of you who purchased some of my items in my shop during my sale. And don't forget, Dickens Christmas Challenge is going on, so check out that video. I've already got the first entry and a few are on the way, and I'm very excited about that. Okay, till next time everybody, this is Kathy from Huckleberry Herbs and Art. God bless.